Okay, 8.5 is law of sines, which when I was in high school I really liked it. Hopefully I can teach it just as well as I like it, so hopefully you guys like it as much as I did. So law of sines is this equation right here, and it basically means when you have a triangle and you don't have any of the right angles, if you have an angle and the side across from it, A and A, or it could be D and D, it doesn't matter. If you have those two and you have an angle and another side that you want, you can set up two of these to equal each other so you can solve for the missing one. So the trick is to get the two equations, like B and B and C, to have only one missing piece. So you don't want to set up A and C if it creates two unknowns that you can't find. So it's pretty straightforward. Basically, like if I have A and B, I cross multiply, solve for the missing piece. If you have it where you don't know an angle like this, then you're going to eventually do sine of -1 of whatever decimal is on the other side to get you the angle B. If you have all the angles, you're just doing normal sine. And then we're going to split this up into 2 days because there's triangles that always work. If you have like side A and B and C, let's say, let me label this super quick. Okay. So let's say you're given this side and this side. If you're given the angle between them, like angle A, then we're going to talk about it today. If you are not given this angle, so you don't know this angle, but you're given maybe this one instead, see how it's not in between these two sides that were given? This guy's not touching the second side. That's called an ambiguous case, and we're going to talk about it in the next video. So just remember, the homework's going to have some where it's like, oh, I know that's not an ambiguous one, then you can solve it. And if there's some where you're like, oh, that doesn't look like the right angle, then wait until you watch the second video. So looking at problem number 1, which is from your homework, we have side B, because it's across from angle B. So we have angle B, side B. We have angle C, and this is side C. If you notice, we want to find that. Okay, we're trying to find side C. So I'm going to just label it C in my problem. So I'm going to set up the sine of angle B, because I know it, and the side B with the sine of angle C, because I know that piece and I want side C. Sometimes you might need to go through an in-between step to get there, like you might know one piece and have to solve an in-between step, and I'll show you that in some homework. So basically you plug things in, so sine of angle B over side B equals sine of angle C over side C. And if you want to get the decimals at this point, you can. I'm just going to cross multiply first. So we get C times sine of 105 equals 23 times sine of 39. And this is where I get decimals, just to make it a little easier. You could wait even one more step if you wanted. So like on the right side, when you multiply this with sine 39, you get 14.47. On the left side, sine of 105, so it's C times 0.97. And then you can divide that a little easier. And you can either use, store the answers in your calculator or just use these decimals here, because our answers, I think we just want one decimal place. So as long as you keep 2 before the end, it should work out. So there's our answer. So whenever you have an unknown side, if it's just a side that's unknown, okay, then it's never ambiguous. If it's an angle that's unknown, like A, B, or C, like the big letters, then you have to check if it's between the two sides that are given. Then it's still good, not ambiguous. And if it's not, then that's where it comes into the other half of this video. So make sure you go watch that when you're ready for it.